God give you peace. I'm Mark Delmonico, the Director of Certification for Ecclesial Ministry and Service at the USCCB. In that role, I resource the conference's Subcommittee on Certification for Ecclesial Ministry and Service. I recently had the opportunity to gather representatives from the subcommittee and some of the programs of certification approved by the subcommittee to discuss the importance and value of the certification process. In this excerpt of the larger conversation, the chairman of the subcommittee, Bishop Gerald Kakanis, speaks about the importance of established competencies for lay ecclesial ministers and his personal experience of collaborating with them. Bishop Kakanis, I'll start with you. You're the chairman of the Subcommittee on Certification for Ecclesial Ministry and Service. So the fact that the bishops have a subcommittee on this seems like it indicates how important it is. But could you tell us a little bit more about the subcommittee and why the work it does is so important?
You know, one of the great blessings of Vatican II was understanding that the role of the laity is not just in the marketplace, but also in service to the church itself. And since then, a plethora of lay ministries have evolved in the life of the church. And one of the things that is critical is that those to whom bishops entrust significant parts of pastoral care in their communities be entrusted to people who are qualified, who have the necessary background, skills, and competencies to make sure that their ministry is really at the service of God's people. And one of the purposes of the Subcommittee for Certification for Ecclesial Ministry and Service is to help bishops to be assured that those who are engaged in ministry in their parishes and in ministry organizations are getting the background, training, and necessary competencies to do their work well.
Very important. And your own experience as bishop, now emeritus of Tucson, can you say a little bit about the work of lay ministry in your own diocese, or the ways in which you've seen the value of this type of preparation for ministry?
You know, I can't imagine a church without the involvement of our lay women and lay men in so many ministries within the dioceses where we serve, whether it's at the pastoral center, in coordinating and developing programs for parish ministry, or in our parishes. I marvel at the competencies of our lay ministers and their enthusiasm and love of the church, and their willingness to bring their gifts to bear. Even though sometimes salaries are not as much as people would want or need, nevertheless, they are deeply committed to using their gifts to help the mission of the church. And I can't imagine a church today without the engagement and involvement of our lay ministers.
Well, excellent points. Thank you. Thank you for listening. Be sure to check the slide at the end of today's video for additional details about the diocesan programs and organizations who work with the USCCB Subcommittee on Certification for Ecclesial Ministry and Service. And let's be sure to keep all those involved in ministry in our church today, laity and clergy, in our prayers. God bless.